You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly.
Okay, welcome to the Village of Wappingers Falls monthly regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. And please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to speak about the Veterans Day celebrations that we had, that the Wappinger Central School District really went all out. I was at RCK for their event. Students all came out around the flagpole, and it was really very nice. And then on Monday, went to Evans Elementary. Amazing. These kids lined up. Veterans walked right down the sidewalk while they were trying to shake our hands and touch us and saluting us. It was moving. Afterwards, a couple of them came up to me and said, "Sir," I said, "I'm a soldier, I'm not a sir." They said, "We helped raise the flag. The Scouts did it." They struggled, but they all got the flag up, and it was just amazing. And then, of course, on Veterans Day, we were at the VFW Post, American Legion, at School Street. They had a very nice ceremony there. And then afterwards, I froze at the town of Wappinger at 1 o'clock. It was cold, it was windy, but it was nice. So, very good. Trustee Vanka.
Last weekend, well, the weekend before, Carmen Calderon sat with me down at the boathouse, or the box factory, and actually we collected some food, so I wanted to thank her. She sat there with me from 12 o'clock until 5. And then on Friday and Saturday, ShopRite was kind enough to let us solicit and do the food drive out in front. And we had an amazing turnout. Thanks, Jen actually was the one who set it up with Dawn, who was amazing, one of the people from ShopRite, one of the managers from ShopRite. Their whole crew was amazing. They treated us really, really well. Put the table out, the tablecloth, and anything we wanted. In fact, I believe even there were employees, once they got out of work, collected and purchased food and came out to us. It was really amazing. So I just want to shout out to Dawn from ShopRite, our own Jennifer, and Kathy, who was a huge help, who was only going to stay for a couple hours, but ended up staying the whole day on Saturday. And then Nancy Carlo from the Zion Food Pantry. She is actually like an Energizer bunny. Her and all of her people that came, which was Ann, Joseph, and Linda. It was an amazing turnout. The food pantry is packed. But they also received 10 more families to feed from the county. So now they're up to around 80 families a week that they're feeding. So, it's going to go quickly. And Thanksgiving is coming, so if you find a turkey on sale and you're inclined, please, pick one up, donate it. Anything that you can do is helpful.
Thank you
That's it.
both for
Thanks.
leading
Thank
us.
you also, Rose. for
Yeah,
the-
thank you.
Okay, roll call. Mayor Huber.
Present.
Trustee McCormick. Trustee Chimento.
Here.
Trustee Marsh.
Here.
Trustee Marshall. Absent. Trustee Vanka.
Here.
Trustee Smith. Absent. Village Attorney Lindar.
Here.
Action on minutes. Emergency Village Board meeting minutes, October 1st.
Can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Is that, who seconded that? Ryan?
I did. Yep.
Right.
Regular Village Board meeting minutes, October 8th.
Can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Second monthly Village Board meeting minutes, October 29th.
Get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorization to pay bills as per approved warrants.
I'll make the motion with one exception.
Get a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay. Resolution 3525 of 2025. Appointment, hiring of position, police constable, part-time. Whereas the village hereby desires to hire a part-time police constable in the Village of Wappingers Falls Police Department for Village of Wappingers Falls court, security, and other logistical support as directed by the Commissioner of Police or the village, whichever may be authorized by local, state, or federal law, effective immediately upon board approval. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 3625, 2025, authorizing contract for payroll services. Whereas the processing of the payroll for the employees of the Village of Wappingers Falls is a detailed and time-consuming undertaking because of the numerous deductions, varying rates of pay, and multitude of mandatory tax withholdings. And whereas the village treasurer has investigated the practicability and feasibility, the benefits to have an outside company handling the payroll processing for the employees of the Village of Wappingers Falls. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Approval for the mayor to sign certification delivering consumer notification of service line materials.
Get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'm sorry, could I just ask as like a point of, what is this?
This is
Yeah,
for
me
the
too.
lead lines.
Lead lines?
the water
Oh, okay.
lines.
John, do you want to say a few words about that?
It's just, it's a notification to 193, I believe, residents about notification and update of their lead lines. And the mayor is ultimately responsible for signing off on that, I believe.
It's
to
a
ensure that it gets
notification
sent out.
indicating who has either galvanized lead or an unknown materials within their service line. Ultimately, there will be some direction on replacing those lines. That's kind of stage 2 to the lead and copper inventory. So we just went through the whole inventory. That's been completed. That's why they have these notices now that are going out to all the constituents.
So out of everyone, is that what you're saying, there was
135 galvanized, 50 lead, 9 unknown, total of 194. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
It's just letting them know that they have
Carried.
those lines that need to be
You know,
replaced.
not for nothing, but I got a letter a couple of years ago telling me that.
I think that was take a picture.
No, I did that too, but I got, prior to that, when, I'm pretty sure when Matt was still here as mayor, I got a letter, when they were replacing all the water lines.
So we replaced Dutchess Avenue 5 years ago now, believe it or not. So we had done the inventory for that street before we replaced it.
Right.
Now we know it's copper on the village side.
Right,
And then whatever you have,
right, but I received a
gave you
notice
notification on that.
stating that I had lead. Okay,
so you will be another one of those
Okay.
94, just so you know.
okay, the state wants.
Discussion prior to approving updated PERMA program agreement, which replaces your former membership agreement. Village Attorney Lindars.
So this is up for a contract renewal. We discussed it last meeting. I'm just waiting for the materials from the treasurer. As soon as I get those, we'll have it prepared for resolution for next meeting.
So I'll put that on for the end of, well, we're gonna talk about the end of the month.
Yeah, that's gonna,
Okay. Discussion about hiring Clearfax.
treasurer is not here.
Want to table that?
Clear,
That's-
ClearGov.
Clear-
It's ClearGov,
We don't have
and
a
same
resolution
thing,
for that, right?
it's the same thing as the PERMA contract. We're waiting on some additional information, which I believe was supplied today, so that'll be set for a resolution for next meeting.
Discussion traffic study, trustee Shemento.
Did everyone get one of these packets?
Yep.
I should have handed those out before. So, this is regarding East Main Street, in regards to what can we do to slow people down on East Main Street. I know the commissioner did do a traffic study. There's only 2% that were over speed, at a dangerous level. So, this essentially would cost, from this, I guess, the schedule of fees here, $9,800. We would probably call it 11,000 only for overages and whatnot. But it would basically give us the professional backing to make a suggestion, or they're gonna make suggestions if they wanna put in a stop sign, like a 4-way stop on those 2 intersections. If we put yield signs, flashing pedestrians, anything that they suggest, that's something that if we implement, we have protections. Because if we were to just put in a stop sign right now, there could be unknown ramifications. It opens us to litigation. So this way we have a professional opinion, this engineering report that says, these are our suggestions from an engineering standpoint, and that so forth, right? It just gives us protection to make changes on that road for the safety.
Can you
What
tell us
happens
more
if we
about the
don't?
police report?
The police report was, it was a traffic study, because I know I can actually pull it up here, just 1 second. It captured around, Commissioner, do you know the number off the top of your head?
I don't,
All right, I'll pull it up here, stand by.
I think it was like 40,000 cars.
Yeah, it was around that in a, I think, 2-week period around. Here we go. Stand by.
X amount of cars, X amount of plates.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was,
Classifies them by size.
right. So we had 43,500 vehicles. The start date was from the 16th to the 30th of October. We had several single unit trucks, 283 multi-unit trucks with tractor trailers with an average speed of 19 miles an hour. But then we get into the actual speed of it. We had 25.9 miles an hour was the average speed. 7 miles was the lowest, and we had 36.9 miles an hour as the fastest. Out of those, only 2% are enforceable violations. The speed limit's 25, so we had about, I'm trying to see here, sorry. 85th percentile was 30 miles an hour. So on a bell curve, right, it'd be just over that bell curve, just over that 75%. The 80, bear with me, not good at Excel. We had people going over 30 miles an hour. That went to about 12,000 cars. 12,000 of those cars were going over 25 miles an hour. But that is a traffic study that was done just to see the speed of the actual vehicles rather than the safety implementations that we can do. So we could do something, but it opens us to litigation if someone gets into an accident from one of our stop signs, especially since Route 9 is right there. If we were to put a four-way stop there, it would back the cars up to a state road, and it opens us up to a whole.
Can I ask you how many percent were going over 30 miles an hour?
Two.
2% were over 35 miles an hour.
It doesn't tell you how many were over 30?
I can give you a number. We have 8,000 plus 4,000 plus 1,200, 280. So call it 14,000.
So there was,
14,000 of vehicles.
in 2 weeks, we're over 25, between the 25 and 30.
We're over 30.
We're over 30, okay.
We have more cars than that going faster down South Remsen.
Oh, that's another.
Where exactly was that?
This was right, the camera was positioned right at the post office, so it was Remsen and East Main.
I have one
No, it's
question.
not. Just wondering.
You say that we're protected if we get we're at least a little bit more protected if we get a study.
Because, yeah,
What if we decide, what if the study says, do this, that, and the other thing, and we don't do it? Wouldn't the same be true?
it's not our obligation to carry out the suggestions.
You're just
It's
inquiring
just,
about
it's
it.
just
Right.
saying like, here's what you should do. If we do anything outside of their recommendations, that I would have to defer to the attorney for
Well,
that.
that's what I was,
Yeah.
I'm guessing this report is gonna give us a suggestion of ways that we could handle it that would be appropriate with the conditions that exist at the time. That's what you're getting.
but my point is that what if, so they say they come back and say, we should do a four-way stop at that intersection. And we say, well, we don't want to do a four-way stop. That's ridiculous. The residents don't want it, et cetera, et cetera. And something happens there. Couldn't the reverse be true? Couldn't people come after us because we didn't pay attention to the study?
Not necessarily,
No?
not
Okay.
necessarily. I mean, there's a number of different,
To go forward with this?
This is just something that allows us to make an informed decision on what what our next steps are on East Main, because we know that there's issues on East Main with speeding. I know the residents there are unhappy with the speeds,
I think
especially the
enforcement is
trucks
the
too.
answer.
Enforcement, absolutely, enforcement is definitely the answer, but
now
as
that we're
a,
getting-
You're saying these trucks are going 90 miles an hour?
some of them, others fly through.
No, there's not that.
Going down that hill from Route 9, you pick up speed, and I've caught myself before, and I've
And
said,
we're
whoa,
between two
you need to
roads,
slow
so
down.
90 and Route 9.
So the traffic study essentially alleviates us when we take action. It says we're listening to the engineer report. This is what our steps are going to be. If they suggest a four-way stop and we put a four-way stop in, and someone, God forbid, gets into an accident at that four-way stop, they can't go and sue the village, right? Because we're following an engineer report. If we were to
technically,
put,
they could sue
they could
you,
sue,
but-
they could sue the
They
village.
could sue for anything,
Okay.
but you're
gonna say-
isolating yourself from liability.
If we were to put that four-way stop in right this second, at tonight's meeting, and someone gets into an accident, we open ourselves up for liability. So this is just a way to cover us and insulate ourselves in any action that we take.
So would it be worth it for the village to put a detail over there for traffic and then redo the police study
Absolutely.
next month instead of spending $12,000 to
Oh, absolutely.
tell you
This is
put a
just a
stop
discussion.
sign there?
This is-
And then
yeah.
what you're gonna have, if you don't have the enforcement, is not only are they gonna be speeding, but they're gonna be blowing stop signs.
The enforcement is the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Is people are breaking the law. Someone needs to be out there to say you're breaking the law. But yeah, like we said, put a traffic detail out there for 2 weeks and see what happens.
Enforcement is ongoing.
Yeah, I know, of course it is,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've seen a lot more police
And now that
around the
we've
village.
got
I
a
don't
few
know if
more
any.
police officers, it makes it even more
Right, that's
possible.
what I
think
know they're
someone put
hiring
a
police
Facebook
officers.
post about it.
Yeah, I know.
So that's just where that is. This is just something for the board to mull over with the numbers.
We can remove, repost that box up on in that same area if you like. It's over on West Main right now.
Okay, so
We
all right.
can move it back.
So I was told that it wasn't in the right spot for that traffic study. I don't know. You guys would know. I don't.
Yeah, it was an issue of whether or not they're slowing down to make the turns. So
Right.
We wanted it further up the road.
Okay. And if anyone, can I give this copy out? You? No.
No.
Okay. Can't give the copy. Sorry. But this is just something for the board to make an informed decision on whether or not we actually go through with it. That's one thing, but I think it's a great idea to have the enforcement there, obviously, put a detail out, see what happens, and we'll go from there. But just so the wheels are spinning on this is all.
Okay, trustee Vanka has an update on the West Main Street sidewalk collapse.
I guess I do.
I'll just work the hands.
So Rose did ask me to inquire, and I was able to get some update from council on the case. Procedurally, the case has moved along. There is a note of issue due by December 5th. Note of issue basically certifies a case is trial ready. At that point, that puts you on the track to trial, which means all the discovery has been done, all the depositions have been done, paper discovery has been done, like the real bulk of it has been done. The only outstanding item is an expert exchange. It's a 3101D exchange. Each side will present their expert with a report, and this particular case is really kind of expert driven because that's who's driving the amount of the damages and the cost to fix the road, which is essentially why the road hasn't and can't be fixed, because that's the driver behind the case. So the expert disclosure should be in and completed by the end of January. There's a lot of the numbers are, there's a lot of distance between the numbers. So if, based on how these experts are perceived and the reports are perceived, it might really change the stance and position of this case, and we will hopefully be discussing settlement. If not, motion practice will happen. If there's no motion practice, then we move to a trial. So essentially, removing all the procedural aspects and trying to make this a little clearer, this case is on its way to being completed. They are going to start heavily with settlement negotiations at this point. And so I'm anticipating that we will either have a settlement or a trial date within the next year or so, depending on how far out the trial dates are at the county. That I don't know at the moment, but the heavy lifting is done. The case is now winding down, so we're getting much closer to a resolve on that case.
I also have a call in to Senator Allison with reference to this, because I just want to know if the state can help us in any way, shape, or form with reference to this, because every time it rains, it's just going to get worse. It's just going to end up costing more and more money to fix for whoever that falls on. And I don't understand, I guess my thing is, if it's a hazard, I don't understand how the courts can't expedite somehow or
So-
push, not necessarily the whole thing through, but, you know, for the state to at least bandage it or so that it doesn't, you know,
The state is
So-
suing a number of different parties for damages to the tune of 1.62 million.
Right.
That's what their claim is to fix the road. You wanna fix the road for 1.62 million, you can go ahead and do it, but then you gotta try to recoup those funds later on, and that's.
oh, I don't
not
plan
realistic.
on, we don't plan on doing it.
But
That's
that's
not my
essentially,
point.
but that's essentially why there's a standstill. The state is essentially said, this is what we think.
I'm
the
just
damage is.
wondering if, what my question for Rollison, for Senator Rollison is gonna be, is there any way to temporarily fix so that it's not as hazardous?
And I think that phone call should be made.
Yeah, I made it, but he hasn't called me back, and I emailed him the same thing. So when I hear back, I'll, you know, but I just want everybody to know,
Road or the sidewalk?
the sidewalk right now, but it's gonna start damaging the road, because all, you know, that embankment there, it's gonna erode away, and eventually, and with all those heavy trucks coming through the village, that can't be doing it any good. You know, that's the things that I'm looking at. You know, we have caravans coming through here.
Well, that's their livelihood, and it's not their fault that.
No, 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 I'm not saying, well, actually, they shouldn't be coming through the village. They should be going down Route 9,
You
but,
said 2 months ago, in a month, the sidewalk was gonna be resolved.
No, I never said that. They were talking about it during negotiations. Hopefully within a month we can find out, but we never found out.
we haven't talked about it in a while, that's why I asked for it to be placed on the agenda, because I just want people to understand that this isn't something that we just, oh, well, whenever they get to it, you know, we're still working, trying to do something.
Cost $1 million to fix that sidewalk.
Well,
1.62 is the claim.
Yeah.
The question, that's ultimately the question in the case, and that's the battle of the experts, and that's actually where we're at right now with this case.
I don't know what experts you were asking.
Well, I'm not saying that's what our expert said, I'm saying that's what the state is claiming. We have experts that are countering that, yes.
so I just
But
wanted
are the
everybody,
experts saying it's gonna fall on us, or the state, or Central Hudson?
We're-
Who is responsible
If you
for
want it to
this?
fall on us, it's gonna cost us 1.2 million.
Right now, the state is responsible for the whole.
State is responsible for the whole,
village
so
doesn't
we'll
own
have
the
to
whole.
wait until we go through the courts to get it done. Because we're not willing to lay out that kind of money
No,
now.
I don't think so.
No, it's not our
We pay
responsibility.
enough.
No, it's not your responsibility, my responsibility, everybody in the village. It's not ours, it's theirs. That's why we have this foot dragging going on and everybody's trying and everybody's upset. It just,
It is the opinion of council that the liability is not on the village, that's why we're in the case, that's why that case was brought, that's why,
But how come it took 5 years?
because litigation takes time, unfortunately.
especially when you have big players involved like State and Central Hudson, right? Deep pockets to,
It's just the movement of the litigation takes time.
it's frustrating, and that's why I wanted, because we haven't brought it up in a while. And I wanted to bring it up to let everyone know it's not something that we've forgotten about. We're still trying to do something, and the case is finally moving forward, considering where we were, and now we're talking about maybe another year, you know, so.
Ian,
And meanwhile, you can't put something there.
Whoever touches it owns it, so we're not, at least that's what we were advised.
We tried that. We asked to put a plate down. They said if you put a plate down, you own the whole. It's your problem, Howard.
Somebody mentioned about putting a big plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like one of those walk things, like
Well, who
over
owns the sidewalks?
The state does.
the
that.
state. So this, I don't know, I just think it's a liability issue for the state also, because if somebody gets hurt there, you know?
Yeah.
Question for Ian. Since we've been laying out all this money for attorney bills, are we gonna end up recouping that?
So, there's two actions that are pending. One is through the insurance company. They are defending the village in a lawsuit. The other is an affirmative action that was brought by the village against who we believe is the wrongdoer in the case, And that action was brought because there was a concern that we were going to lose the statute of limitations. There's a certain amount of time you have to bring an action. And we were right up against that time. State had not brought their claim at that point in time. And in order to preserve the statute, we filed the action. Or the village filed the action, I should say.
So does that mean the money we're laying out, we will not be recouping?
The insurance money is part of your insurance. So it's assigned counsel and that's paid through insurance. Your private counsel and the affirmative action, that you are paying for. And will you recoup that? Likely not.
All right, as it turns out, the November workshop meeting is the day before Thanksgiving. Did you want to reschedule or cancel?
I was gonna say reschedule.
Yeah, I would,
Reschedule to Tuesday?
Tuesday the
well,
20th.
that's 2 days before. That's
25th?
Did you ever cook Thanksgiving dinner?
No, I watch it being done.
Not for nothing, but, you know, hey.
On a Tuesday and start Monday.
Do it on the Monday?
Start Monday.
I'm still cutting veggies.
You wanna move them
What's
both
the
to
next
Monday?
week?
Well, the next week is December.
Then we'd be loading up.
Okay.
We'd be loading up on New Year's, so.
Okay, yeah.
We put each one on Monday.
So-
I don't mind doing it on Monday.
24th,
Monday the 24th?
Monday the 24th for,
All right, I'll put the meeting notice out for 6 o'clock on Monday the 24th.
That's for the workshop meeting.
correct.
Right.
As it also turns out, the end of December, second meeting is New Year's Eve.
Too bad, you got to stay here.
Let's keep that one.
Come on, we can't
party.
wish each other.
We can all celebrate.
What's happening on New Year's Eve?
Do you want to table that to December and talk about that then?
Well, why don't we just make it that, the 29th? That's gonna be close. Bills game. I'm coming back from Buffalo that day.
24th,
What about the 20th?
31st.
2017?
Won't be a long meeting.
About the 30th,
Yeah, why not?
Tuesday the 30th.
Okay, Tuesday the 30th, that'll be at 6 PM. Thank you for that. Approval, 44th Annual Pete Sanfilippo Memorial Run, Saturday, December 6th. Kids run at 9:30 AM and others run the 1 mile at 9:15. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
There's a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
Gonna be cold.
The last item on the printed agenda is a discussion replacing trustee Smith as water board chairperson.
We're gonna table that till the next meeting.
Table that until the,
Till trustee
24th?
Smith is present, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mayor, Board, that completes the printed.
I have a couple of things I'd like to add on here at the end, if I may.
Sure.
The police commissioner notified us last month that our computers in the car, police cars are going to, the operating system of Windows 10 is gonna go out of date. It's not gonna be, there's not gonna be any security updates. They're called, mobile data terminals. This money has already been allocated. He's asking that we allow him to go ahead with the, total cost for this purchase is $25,143.75. It comes under the account for the police reserve. And there's a line there of $40,000, so we don't have to move any money from anywhere, just use the money that's already there. So I'll make a motion that we, let the commissioner go ahead and do that.
I'll second that motion.
What account is that?
The police
The
reserve.
police reserve, it's AA 3120-120.
The number doesn't mean anything. It's not a capital reserve account, is it?
No, it's under police reserve.
Is that from the grant?
No, it's not part of the grant, it's part of the money that was already in the, system.
It was allocated for those computers. They just didn't know the actual cost.
Right.
The cost is gonna come in far under that 40,000.
Okay, so I've made the motion, Ryan seconded.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Opposed?
Me.
Brian.
Right.
Mine, so.
And we have one other thing here at this time. The village engineer, Todd Atkins, put me in touch with a clow swimmer from Homeland Towers. And we're going to do an inspection next week. the hillside water tank to move a cell, to either add cell towers up there, build one, remove the tank. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. In other words, we have the options of having their engineer come and study and see if it's possible for them to add their antennas to the tower that's up there, the tank, or to remove it and put up a tower.
What's the benefit of the towers on
The benefit of the tower is gonna be that we're going to lease the land to them, so we're gonna get a monthly payment from them for the tower.
Okay.
And who is, oh, this is a company?
This is a company that
Okay.
builds the towers. Yes, John?
You just asked about the benefit. Hopefully, pretty soon, we'll hopefully be awarded a loan to work on the Wendless tank. And so hopefully we can line things up perfectly, that this gets erected and we can take what's on the Wendless tank, the tank by McDonald's there, and maybe convert it or whatever the case. That's gonna have to be put out of system
And the other benefit.
for communications while we're working on that. So-
And the other benefit is if we can salvage that tank, we don't have to spend the money to take it down, which is very expensive.
Well, wouldn't
Who
this
does that?
company take it down?
We
This
would
company would
negotiate
go-
with them to
okay.
take the tank down. In other words, if they find that the tank is not physically
Right.
capable of holding up their antennas,
Right,
they could take it down and put theirs up.
Okay.
All this is gonna be negotiated.
right.
Okay.
We're just starting to push the wheels down the road here a little bit, all right? Get things moving along.
We don't wanna pay to tear it down.
No.
It'd be nice if somebody else did, but.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the idea.
Verizon, just so the public knows, pays us, was it 25,000 a year for the,
Like 2,500 a month.
25.52 every single month.
Okay,
Right,
just
So-
to use the top of our water tower. So I'm assuming that's gonna go up, because that's up for renewal too, I believe.
I think that price stayed the same. We have to look into that still.
Are there any other items of discussion? Board?
the only thing I wanna do is I wanna have, John Kozak and Joe Nichols stay at the beginning of our executive session.
All right, we get a motion from John Kozak and
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Kathy has a question.
The workshop meetings, are they being taped?
Yes.
Yes.
They are. What channel are they on?
They're on YouTube.
YouTube, the same as the,
Only YouTube?
Only YouTube. So if you
Right.
go onto the Village of
I don't
Wappinger,
watch it because I'm here.
yeah,
if you
But
go
somebody asked me.
onto the Village of Wappingers Falls YouTube, there's a live tab.
Okay.
And even tonight, I pulled it up at 4. It was scheduled, so you could just put that on your phone or TV, and it'll kick on as soon as it's ready to go.
Now, the meetings are on tape.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You didn't have anything scheduled for executive session, so now you're gonna have one?
We had
seeking.
legal
We
advice.
got legal advice.
Okay. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Just 1 second. There was also a draft that our attorney provided us regarding Veach and Podgy and the weight limits for village-wide. We were looking to increase those to 10,000 pounds to accommodate essentially all vehicles, all pickup trucks, and cars, not CDL, not like tractor trailers or anything like that, but just so we're up to date with our weight limit. And then for Veach and Podgy, I know there was talk, we had a legislation meeting regarding no parking on that street, on the west side of that street. We are trying to get rid of that, so there's parking on both sides of the street. But that is just a draft that we have.
Stop sign going to be put up.
Oh, and yeah, there's gonna be, there may be 2 stop signs at the intersection of Podgy and Veach, and then Veach and Podgy rather than yield signs. So it makes people stop. That's the idea, it makes people stop, and then we'll go from there. But that's just a draft that we have to talk, but I just want people to know that it's in the works.
Yeah, the draft was placed on the desks for comment from the board, and if there are no comments, I can have it ready for a resolution to introduce and set a public hearing on it
All right. By next meeting.
by next meeting.
Yeah,
So just put it on.
all for that.
Motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.